Hi all, here's the second part of the video on solving percent word problems. What number is 80% of 196? First thing to do is to rewrite this in terms of mathematical equation. So what number, since we don't know the number and that's part of the question, I'm going to assign it the letter X, is in mathematics as an equal sign. We need to convert percents into decimals that we can calculate with. So out of 100%, this cancels, zeros cancel, so 0.8 of in math is multiply, and 196 will stay the same. Let me rewrite this a little better. So we have x equals to 0.8 times 196. So all we need to do here is to multiply 0.8 and 196, and the product is 156.8, and this is our solution. 110% of what number is 41.8? First of all, we need to change percent into decimals we can work with. So out of 100, this cancels, 0 cancel. So 1.1 is the decimal we're going to work with. Of in math is multiply. What number? That's the question. We don't know what it is. We're going to call it an X. Is, I'm going to use equal sign. And 41.8 will stay the same. So we have 41.8. I'm going to rewrite it so you can see better. So we have 1.1 times x equals to 41.8. And now we just need to solve for x. X is being multiplied by 1.1. The opposite is to divide. What do you do to one side? You want to do the same thing to both sides. 1x equals to 41.8 divided by 1.1 is 38, and this is my solution. You can actually check to see if 110% of 38 is 41.8. So 1.1 times 38, and we actually do get 41.8. What percent of 0.8 is 0.4? So what percent? I don't know what it is, so I'm going to say it's x percent. And percent sign is there just to remind me to convert my answer into percents. Of is multiply. 0.8 is equal sign. 0.4. I'm just going to rewrite it nearer. X percent times 0.8 equals to 0.4. X is being multiplied by 0.8. The opposite is to divide by 0.8. What you do to one side, you want to do the same thing to both sides. 0.8 and 0.8 will cancel, and we have x percent equals to 0.5. I need to have answer in terms of percent, so times 100%. So x equals to 50%. And this is my solution. 638 is what percent of 319? So we have 638 is an equal sign. What percent? I don't know, so that's an x percent. Of is multiply 319. I'm going to rewrite it so it's neater. So we have 638 equals to x percent times 319. Let's solve for x. X is being multiplied by 319. The opposite is to divide by 319. What you do to one side, you want to do the same thing to the other side. This cancels into 1. 638 divided by 319 is 2, equals to x percent. We need to make sure that answer is in terms of percent, so we times 100%, and 200% will be our solution. 24% of what number is 45.6? First thing, we want to change 24% into decimals by dividing by 100%. Percents cancel. We have 0.24 of in math is multiply. What number? Well, we don't know, so we're going to call it an x. We're going to say it's an equal sign. And 45.6 will remain the same. So it's 0.24 x equals to 45.6. X is being multiplied by 0.24. The opposite is to divide by 0.24. What you do to one side, you want to do the same thing to the other side. This will cancel. So x is equal to 45.6 divided by 0.24 gives us 190. And this is our solution. 68 is 10% of what number? So we have 68 is an equal sign. Let's change 10% into decimals out of 100%. Cancels. So we have 0.1 of in math is multiplied. What number? We don't know, so let's call it an x. So 68 equals to 0.1 of x. X is being multiplied by 0.1. The opposite is to divide by 0.1. What you do to one side, you want to do the same thing to the other side. This cancels. So x is equal to 68 divided by 0.1 is 680. And this is our solution. That's all.